Okay, welcome. I think we can start, and whoever will join us later can simply come in. For those who were not with us for the first meeting that we already had, I welcome you, of course, and I thank you for joining us. This is a second seminar on repairs as part of the Interreg Euromed project called Repair Perspective. And this session will be recorded. Thank you for that, solely for the internal use of project partners, just to let you know. Yeah, I have already messages. So my name is Sasha, and I'm a representative of a project partner e-Institute from Slovenia. Let me just see. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, we are recording. Okay. It was a notice. So, e-Institute from Slovenia, as I said, and we have many other partners in this project. The lead partner is Metropolitan City of Bologna, and then we have 3 editorial companies. Alter Consumo is from Italy, Deco Protesta is from Portugal, Ocu Audiciones is from Spain. We also have Anatoliki, an organization for local development from Thessaloniki, Greece. We have FOTSA, a regional association of solid waste management agencies of Central Macedonia from Greece. And we have AVITEM, an agency for sustainable Mediterranean front cities and territories. We have also AULEDA, a local economic development agency from Albania, and University of Sarajevo School of Economics and Business from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Just to give you an overview, why are we meeting today? So this consortium started working on this repair project in the beginning of this year, and we are now very deep in implementation of operation and actions of local hubs that were established. We have 1 hub per country. Altogether, in total, that means 8 hubs. So regarding the hubs, what hubs within the repair project present is a transnational network of cooperation with stakeholders, end users, experts, partners related to the repair economy in the Mediterranean region. So the mission of these hubs is to support small and medium-sized enterprises in the repair sector, of course, to provide some additional services, to increase repair skills, pursue the transition to more sustainable choices at the end. And once these hubs will be in fully operational mode, will represent also unique physical and or digital contact points, depending on the country, to design and test pilot services. So hubs will operate as knowledge centers for information, training, and a place to meet, to exchange and test some new ideas. This transnational network that we're getting together will support local groups through peer-to-peer learning, sharing experiences and exchanging practices. And this is what we do today, for the second time. And with the help of our speakers that are all here with us, coming from different countries, we will be able to better prepare an action plan for local repair hubs. So thank you very much. And what is our topic today? This is the second topic, and it's how to effectively communicate. And let's go through today's agenda. So with a little bit of delay, we start, not really, it's 1 minute only. We start with our first speaker. He's Mahir Bielonia, Project and Marketing Coordinator at company Zeus Ecosystem from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And he will be addressing challenges in creating a conscious society in the field of environmental protection. We will continue with storytelling in bioeconomy presented by speaker from Greece, Maria Andreelu, Managing Director and owner of Clean Stories. From France, we have a mobilization manager and association hub, Stop Plant Obsolescence, and France coordinator of the French National Repair Day, Rémi Rebou. Then our last speaker is coming from Slovenia. Her name is Katja Sreš, and she is head of public relations and president of Ecologists Without Border Association. Ecologist, yeah. So for the conclusion, we will have open discussions, 5 minutes after each presentation if anybody would like to ask something. But have in mind that we have to follow the schedule. So in case of unanswered questions, you can also write those in chat. We will look through it. And yes, please, let's start with our first speaker. Mahi Belonia, are you ready?
Yes, thank you. I'm ready.
Yeah. Thanks.
I will share screen for presentation if it's okay.
Perfect.
Great. My name is Mahir, and I work in Zeus ecosystem, Bosnia and Herzegovina, as coordinator for marketing and projects. Last, I think, 8 years. Through this presentation, I want to introduce you about our company, Zeus ecosystem, and we will talk about more circular economy in principle, that is model which reduce waste and maximize the reuse of resources. Through this presentation, I want to highlight that how important is changing the awareness of the population for this model to be successful. So about our company, Zeus ecosystem is established 2012. It's not a typical company. It's like private company, but we always have supervision from the Federal Ministry of the Environment and Environmental Protection Fund. Our business model is based on extended producer responsibility, which means that all importers, manufacturers, and distributors pay small fee to our company, which we use to manage e-waste model for Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So we keep a system of recycling of e-waste successful and stable. We also have some partners in Slovenia, which is Zeus. Zeus ecosystem is daughter company from Zeus Slovenia. And we have great cooperation with them to import best practices and business idea to Bosnia and Herzegovina from European Union. Also, we have law regulations which we need to respect. It's a rule book for management of waste electrical and electronic products in entity of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we have 5 employees. So mainly focus of our company is to keep always recycling of e-waste in Bosnia and Herzegovina stable. Through past years, we provided for all citizens and all companies free of charge a service for recycling of e-waste. Also, we collected around 26,000 tons of e-waste until 2024. That's approximately 6,000 kilograms e-waste per day and 3,600 tons per year. Also, we manage all e-waste which cannot be recycled in Bosnia and Herzegovina to be exported to Germany or Austria for recycling according to environmental laws. Here on the right, you can see interactive map which we implemented to be possible to people find best and nearest location for to recycle their e-waste. This is a little bit more about our collection network. We have like 800 pieces of different infrastructure, and we have around 500 locations in the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina for e-waste disposal. We always, every year, we make analysis which of this infrastructure is best. According to last analysis, we found that recycling yards and school campaigns are best for e-waste collection. Also, there is our free collection from home, from citizens, and from companies, which we have over 600 orders per year. So all of this generate this chart for collection report. As you can see, every year amount of e-waste is increasing, and as you can see in 2024 year, this is a plan, not a realistic state, but by our data which we have in 2024, it's not 9,000 tons of e-waste put on market. It's already 12,000 tons, so it's like 23% increased in place on the market of new equipment, and also e-waste which will be collected is also increasing, and that will be 6% increase in collection of e-waste. What are our goals for sustainability? We're always trying to improve habits from populations to proper dispose their e-waste. We are maximally trying to reduce e-waste on the landfill, and always we are trying to increase our network for collection of e-waste. We have some some great problems in our business. As you can see on the picture on the left, it's mixed municipal e-waste. Not e-waste, it's mixed municipal waste. But this waste is from our street containers. We have like 130 containers in Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and last year, from last year, we have a lot of problems because low level of population awareness, and they dispose every kind of waste in e-waste containers. So also we have problem with illegal emptying of our containers. We have problem with utility municipal companies which do not sort their waste. Also some people damage our containers, and sometimes it's a problem because there is not enough infrastructure to have significant impact for some better collection rates. What is our response? We are trying to implement every best practice which we found from other companies who doing same job like Zeus ecosystem. So we have national campaigns, we have social media, we have 5 social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube also. We have PDFs, manuals, how to handle with waste, how to recycling, why to recycling, everything. We have video tutorials, we have influencers, we have short notes, we have designs, we have education in school. Last year we have covered like more than half, 64% of schools in the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have also public articles. We have cooperation with the municipalities, and we're always trying to make new projects, new ideas, new concepts. So we this year, we started the idea of two-year center, repair and reuse center, which will be first center in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which will provide service first to repair some functional or non-functional devices which can be repaired, and also it will provide services for a library of things which will be provided for share some equipment or devices which people can use from other people. Also, through this center, we will make a donations program. So every repaired device will be possible to donate to some charity through pomozi.ba or some humanitarian organization. Also, the ecosystem is representative for Bosnia and Herzegovina for global international e-waste day, which held on 14 October, and we are a part of this global movement since 2018, I think. What are our main challenges? We have a lot of problems with these four topics. Insufficient knowledge. It's about low education, about conscious of the linear model of the economy, because people are used to always take, use, and throw their devices, not recycle, not reuse, and this is what we are trying to change. We have lack of available information on the benefits of the recycling and reuse. We have lack of information on how dangerous e-waste pollution is for the population. And also we have problem because there is no data about total quantities for e-waste on the state level. Second topic is resistance for change. Older people have higher resistance for change in their behavior, and people rely on routine patterns of behavior, are not following the rules of disposal in the containers. The perception of new ideas, they think it will not succeed, or they think maybe it won't work for Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's a lot of that makes a lot of problems for a same recycling idea, and all the other older people find it very difficulty to change habits. Also, there is economic factors. There are insufficient subsidies for sustainable practice. There is a lack of financial incentives for citizens to participate in the circular economy, and there is a lack of foreign funds to make large investments to improve recycling and technology. From topic of community and support, we have a lack of infrastructure and support of community, because there are some limitations for recycling and reuse systems. Sometimes management of utility companies with whom we have cooperation have very slow innovation progress, and they develop their business very slowly. Also, there are low rate of availability of educational campaigns. There is no strong non-governmental governmental association that can unite all activities and initiate change at the national level, and some also stereotypes of people who are focused on consumerism and short-term profit. And I think also we should have better impact on culture of shared responsibility towards the environment. Also, we identified some strategies for solving those challenges. First of all, it's education and awareness. We need to push as many as we can circular economy programs through the education systems and everyday life. We need to have more public events, and we need to have more support from public TV media. Also, we need to create digital platforms with tips for sustainability. Also, I think my personal thing is our culture need higher impact to change perception that we can achieve through role of the community and influencers. We need to empower local communities to lead initiatives. We need to have more celebrities or influencers, how they call themselves, to share the message and promote sustainability with some motivational initiatives, and we need to introduce some maybe rewards for recycling, some benefits, some discounts, some free public transport rides, some theater tickets, and things like that. Also, some tax incentives for companies which are using circular models and who are recycling. Third thing is to improve the infrastructure. I think we should implement more infrastructure, and we should implement technology in this whole process. We should have maybe better organized systems and working methods for collection, information, recycling. We need to have maybe some mobile applications for tracking and rewarding recycling, maybe to introduce some smart containers and stuff like that. What is call to action? How will be possible to change all of this? I think solution is marketing for every human. We need to instill hope, knowledge, and the will to change in every person, that environment can and should be better, that each individual is responsible for own environment. Also for companies, I think there a lot of companies should be keen with SDG sustainability goals, and they should implementing more of every SDG goals. And for the end of this presentation, I could say our final message is small changes have bigger results. This is the only way we should go. We believe that when we create a aware society which is aware of its role in the entire circular economy process, we will have more opportunities for faster transformation towards a sustainable future. Also, if you have any questions, you have option to visit our site www.zeos.ba, or you can contact us on our email. Also, if you are a company in Bosnia and Herzegovina, you have free collection e-waste service. What is important, you can fill out order on our website, and we will take care for everything else. That's it.
We cannot hear you, Salsa.
Oh, sorry. Do you hear me now? Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. That was a very great presentation. You really covered everything. And I cannot agree more with you. You know, I feel that educating people constantly is a way to go. Sorry, I just have to let people in. Some are waiting. Yeah. Hi, Elsa. And it really looks, based on your presentation, that you're doing, everything that you can. But there are still some problems, as you mentioned. The second problem that you mentioned is the resistance for change. I think that one is particularly hard to turn around. If people are very persistent to stay on their old paths, then this is the main trick that you have to kind of figure out, how to handle that. Would you say that maybe because you're a part of your culture, your culture, your people, your society and your community, would you say that maybe they just need more time to really be constantly educated through raising awareness campaigns and stuff like that, through TV channels, as you said, that this topic, of environmental protection and importance of separating waste, where everything starts, do you think that you just, as a society, as a country, need more time, or is it something more, I don't know, connected to culture and some kind of cultural shift maybe that has to happen? What is your opinion?
Culture shift must be happen. It's not short-based process. It's long-term. By my experience in this job in past 8 years, I learned that changing awareness of people is process which cannot be finished never. So there are always new generations, and the people sometimes forget what they learned yesterday and before month, and that's process which should be always continuously. People need to work on it, but I think topics about recycling and proper disposal and problems which can be if people have landfills in their cities and in their state should be pushed on TV, more on TV, because I think we tried every media. We tried social media, we tried influencers, we tried PR, we tried the radio, but I think it's best to people have on TV those issues, those problems, those benefits, so they learn more, because on social media they have attraction like 3 seconds. On a radio, you hear it when you drive to work, but on TV you drink coffee at home. You are with your family and you have time to think what you can do. So I think our next move will be a lot of more efforts in TV campaigns, but there is a problem. Media should be involved in whole situation. Media should support this story because it's for our own good. Zeus ecosystem in Bosnia is a non-profit company, so when we ask them for support, they always send us invoices, 500 euro, 1,000 euro. That's something like not fair. They should have in their corporative strategy SDG goals, so they need to respond to raise awareness of people in this topic through their media channels. That will be some good stuff which can improve awareness of people.
Great. Yeah, true. Actually, a few months ago, I was attending this online webinar as well. It was about media misinformation. Media can really be a strong tool to use to raise awareness. And sometimes, even though you get to them, you present your idea, sometimes can be also a little bit twist around, or not shown in the real power for that specific topic, because this is a very powerful topic and very important topic, I would say. So I hope you will get the attention from the media that you deserve, because you're doing a very good job. So yeah, great. Anybody else has a question or a comment maybe? Yeah, not right now. Okay, maybe you will get some. Oh, Christina Savit, of course. Luisa, please.
Yes, it's Luisa. Hi, everyone. Actually, I posted my comment on the chat here. According to my experience, at least in Italy, especially young people do not watch TV anymore. So I guess it's a question of segment of consumers you need to reach. So depending on your target, you need to choose and select the right communication tool. To engage young consumers, I do believe that you need to use more channels such as social media channels because they are there watching their mobile all the time, while probably to reach and engage the older generation, you can probably do set up a more traditional TV campaign, maybe doing partnership with other brands because usually are quite costly. So this was my comment. So for sure, we do need a full toolbox of communication channels. One is not enough to generate the famous awareness and cultural change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I agree
Hope
with
you
you.
agree.
Yes, yes, of course.
Great,
Always
thank
there
you. Yeah.
should be more ways to inform more people. So there are different stages. Some young use always social media, and some olders use different types of marketing canals. But I think one company cannot have good impact. There need to be support from a lot of companies, a lot of media, municipal should support whole idea. They need to pass informations to people because we have situations when every municipality have one main man in the or woman in the city, which can share the message about proper recycling, about results, about so they have impact, but ecology is not main topic in their political campaigns. That's a little bit problem, and I'm sometimes asking myself why, because ecology is always last thing in political campaigns.
I think we can agree in every
Yeah.
country that this is the truth.
But it's most important. It's about our health and our
Yeah.
children. So there should be more involvement from municipalities.
Great. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
I wish you all the best, and I hope you will pursue your
Thank you so much.
happiness connected with a safe environment. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can move now to Greece. Medea, are you ready to join us with your presentation?
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for the invite. Let me apologize beforehand because I have a sore throat and my
Okay.
voice is kind of harsh. So that's why I have my tea next to me, because I hope it won't block. Okay, should I share my screen
Yes,
then?
yes, you can share. Yeah.
All right. Can you all see the presentation?
Yes, it's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, good. Then I can start. So good morning again, everyone. I'm Velo. I'm the founder and managing director of Clean Stories, a communication agency dedicated to communicating circular bioeconomy. I'm a senior communication advisor for the European Commission, and I'm also the director general for the Greek Bioeconomy Council, which is the national association for the bioeconomy. Before I move on to talk about communication and storytelling as a form of communication, for social transformation. Let me just tell you a few things about Clean Stories. It doesn't change.
No,
It changed.
Yes.
Yes, good. So in this complex and fast evolving world of bioeconomy and biotechnology, we believe that clear and transparent communication is essential. And our mission at Clean Stories is exactly this: to improve public perception of the bioeconomy, bioproducts, and bioprocesses, and stimulate change through our communication. We understand the context, seek clarity, design strategies, and create strong narratives to drive impact and build empathy for social transformation. So let's start with the following truth. Communicating is good, but understanding is everything. To influence someone's emotions, opinion, or decisions means you have been understood. Therefore, you have communicated effectively. So, getting it right matters. So, how can we get it right? Let's look at the 8 principles of communication, of effective communication. We need to make sure that nothing goes wrong. First of all, the first principle is clarity. Clarity ensures that your audience understands your message exactly as you intended. It eliminates any confusion and keeps everyone on the same page. Timeliness. Good communication is time-bound. To show your message is meaningful, you need to deliver it on time. Coherence. Coherence in writing is the logical bridge between words, sentences, and paragraphs. Conciseness. Conciseness in communicating complete information about a topic or an idea in a few words. Concise writing also involves being mindful of word choice. Next, correctness. Correct grammar, punctuation, and spelling are examples of correctness. Cautiousness. Cautious communication is friendly, open, and honest. There are no hidden insults or passive-aggressive tones. Completeness. A complete message brings the desired results without any expense or additional information. And concreteness. Concreteness means conveying a message with precise terms rather than being vague and general. Now, sometimes communication does fail. Why does it fail? Because of lack of clarity can be one reason. Because of lack of effective communication processes overall. Because of lack of transparency and evidence. Because of language barriers and cultural differences. Because of wrong communication tools, your audience might be active in one channel, but you choose to establish different channels, so you cannot reach your audience. Inconsistent communication channels, information overload or poor skills to convey the message, lack of feedback. It's very important to get feedback on our communication. We need to make sure that we are understood. Lack of personalization, what we call communication accommodation, which means to adapt our communication to the knowledge of the audience. Maybe the source of the communication is perceived as non-trustworthy. It's not reliable, something that we saw happen a lot during the COVID period. And maybe because of the limitations of digital communication. So most of us choose to communicate digitally. And digital technology was supposed to make communication between people easier, faster, and better. But is it always easier, faster, and better? One big downside of virtual communication is the loss of personal connection. Without physical interactions, developing a meaningful relationship becomes challenging. Personal connection can really affect our emotional intelligence, but constantly trying to interpret messages and tone without nonverbal cues can be mentally exhausting. Decline of empathy. Empathy is all about understanding and sharing someone else's feelings. But with virtual communication, empathy can take a hit. It's hard to pick up on emotions without seeing facial expressions or body language. Another significant advantage of virtual communication is the potential for miscommunication and misinterpretation due to semantic barriers. So without the benefit of nonverbal cues and body language, as I said before, it can be easy to misinterpret a message or tone. This can lead to confusion, misunderstandings, and even conflict, particularly in professional settings, in business settings, where precise communication is essential. The reliance of digital communication technology makes it susceptible to technical difficulties and reliability issues. Problems with connection, for example, poor internet connection or dropped calls can have a significant impact and lead to frustration, lost productivity, and missed opportunities. And finally, digital communication offers very little space for interaction or involvement. Although the outreach becomes broader, when we communicate digitally, the opportunity we offer for interaction and involvement is minimal. In that case, communication takes the form of information. So, understanding, we said, is the ultimate outcome of effective communication, which can lead to engagement, which can lead to experience, which can lead to social transformation. Now let's see how you can effectively inspire and emotionally engage your audience through storytelling. And storytelling is a fundamental means of human communication that has been part of our culture for millennia. From bedtime stories during our childhood to novels and science fiction, stories can be powerful, captivating, engaging, and provocative. Using storytelling to communicate a meaningful sense of distant scientific concepts, such as the reparability, and convince citizens about their social, economic, health, and environmental benefits, can improve trust in scientific discovery, can increase levels of acceptance, and eventually transform people's attitudes. But how stories do that? Why good stories compel people to change? Because narrative cognition represents the default mode of human thought, providing structure to reality. They serve as the underlying foundation for memory and the pathway for comprehension. Good stories change the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, and the way we behave. Using narratives, anecdotes, or storytelling to communicate complex scientific concepts to non-expert audiences can improve knowledge acquisition about science and create a sense of connection and inspiration. Eventually, storytelling can become a transfer of experience, of ideas, thoughts, and emotions. Treat stories as a science. What does it mean? that if you treat stories as a science, actually the structure of your story is a science, you can focus rather on the story than on storytelling. What does it mean? That you can lay the foundations of the good story and use storytelling techniques to your advantage. Story structure can be broken in two levels, motivation and situation. When you put these two in motion, then you have a story. And what about the structure of your story? You need to set the context to build your storyline. What is changing the world? What is the promised land? What is the goal? What is the mission? You need to paint the picture. You need to make the people visualize how you're going to give them a better experience. What are the obstacles? Or who is the villain, as we have in every good story? You need to assign a reason or a cause. Why does the world need to deal with the obstacle to reach to the promised land or the goal or the mission? What is the key insight that will help the hero to win? Knowledge or wisdom? In other words, you need to share the benefits with your audience so that they can join you in the journey to the promised land, to your mission. And why act now? You need a call to action to encourage your listener to start the journey to the promised land with you, to go along with you. This is key to ensure that your audience does not feel sold, but instead they need to experience that there is a path laid down that arrives to the destination or the desired action. And stories are so powerful that there are a lot of famous sayings about stories. One of them goes like, if you want to learn a culture, listen to the stories. If you want to change the culture, change the stories. Now, let's see what this means about the repair economy. How can you introduce the repair economy through stories? What does it take? You need to outline the advantages of reuse for people, the planet, and the economy. It means you need to explain complex meanings like the eco-design concept, the durability, the reparability of products. You need to give all the information about the repair services and the availability of spare parts. People need to make sure they know where to look for the correct information. What else does it mean? It means that you need to promote sustainable consumption and responsible choices. You need to establish financial and non-financial measures to support repair culture. You need to strengthen green reskilling and upskilling. It means that a lot of companies need to change business models, production models. So there are a lot of factors that will lead to repair economy. Communication is only one of them. What are the drivers towards social transformation? How can people change and adopt a culture that favors the repair economy? It means that people should transform completely how they perceive and utilize products and resources. And here you see the nine fundamental human needs: subsistence, protection, affection, understanding, leisure, participation, creation, identity, and freedom. This image means that all these human needs need to be fulfilled in order for people to transform and accept the change. By encapsulating the complexities of the human experience or social progress using empirical evidence. What else? You need to design a compelling social narrative, but refigure the repair economy based on human needs rather than economic growth. This will contribute to articulating, approaching, and developing the repair economy into a concept with potential to deliver not only economic value, but also social and ecological too. You need to give citizens a central role in the development processes. Why? Because self-reliance is essential to realizing sustainable communities. This means supporting local level, grassroots movements, and micro-organizations where citizens are encouraged to share and develop their own ideas for societal progress. Reliance should be induced through participation, education, and collaboration. For instance, collaboration could occur between different stakeholders, for example, between political groups and local citizens, through participatory processes. This means ensuring a democratic and inclusive approach to development and decision making. You need to seek balance in interactions between different components and actors, such as the personal and the social, the micro and the macro environment, the civil society and the state, the environment and the technology. I'm not sure why this were not going all this time. Oh, okay, that's the I'll see here. So, what are the dimensions of well-being? When somebody decides to change, when we try to change the culture of the society, it means that people are in a state of well-being. What are the dimensions of well-being? Safety and security, diversity, equity, inclusion, autonomy, emotions, competence, relationships, creativity, and identity. So how can we achieve the well-being of the people through our communication? We need to gain trust with transparent communication about the safety of processes, the products, and the services. We need to stress the benefits for people, the planet, and the economy. We need to use comprehensive, relevant, personalized, and evidence-based communication. We need to avoid greenwashing, vague, biased messages, and misleading statements. We need to clear up terms, be precise in what to communicate, and explain concepts such as circularity, eco-design, repair, and so on. We need to educate, educate, educate. And please remember that nobody has ever taken action because of a great graph or data point. So thank you for your attention. That was it from my end. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Maria. That was a very good educational presentation. And I learned a lot as well. I mean, this is the point of it. But still, you know, even though we hear about that, like piece by piece, not all together, as in your presentation, it's good to be remembered about that all the time. As you say, educate, 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 you know, constantly. And also, as Mahir think today, we learn, tomorrow we forget, he said, yeah, if you remember. That's why this is important. And yeah, I will stop at the point where you said that feedback is important. Can we talk a little bit about this? Because as you also then mentioned later on, of course, that what is important. So we can, because we have this kind of a hub action plan already in mind, and we know that we will, at the end of a specific action or something like that, we will perhaps ask people, we will prepare interviews or questionnaires or something like that. But can we be sure that they will answer truly, you know, but with truth, you know. So I think that what you point out is really good, that we have to also pick up emotions, you know. That's why this personal feedback, you know, to really look at people, what they are doing. Are they enthusiastic about it? Are they really participating in the action that we prepared? And to really ask them, like, what is your problem? I'm letting you being heard, you know, like, tell me, what is the problem? Do you not like it? What is the missing? What is all over, overall problem, for example, in your community or something like that. So, yeah, I think this feedback is very important.
It's very important not only to let people share their story,
Yeah.
because through that way you can actually derive many more conclusions than a simple situation that goes wrong in the community. So not only have a description of a technical problem, something that goes wrong, but you can also pick up conclusions about their emotions and how these problems affect their life. And actually, this is where people need to see the change. The change has to be not only the way we tackle the technical, the default part of a machine, or a street that has gone wrong, or a street lamp that doesn't work. It's actually approaching the problem holistically, making sure that if it doesn't get repaired, if it doesn't get fixed, it has an impact on everyday life. It has an impact on the way that the kids can play in the street, on the way that women cannot walk alone at night. So the impact is much bigger than that. And you can capture the emotions of the people in a better way if they're communicated through their stories. So you can share many questionnaires or pose many questions on social media, but unless you share a video or unless you use these stories, there will never be change, and you will never get feedback on your communication strategy if what you're doing is working.
Yes.
So it takes much more than communicating digitally.
Yeah. Yes, we got the message. At least I did. So thank you again. Yeah, we can continue with questions that everybody has later on. I'll just please write them in meeting chat to stay on the schedule. I'm sorry, Maria, but thank you very much again. We have to now continue. Stay with us, listen. And we go to France with Rémi Reboux. I hope I said that kind of okay. Please continue with your presentation.
Thank you very much, Sasha.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So let me share my screen as well. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So hello, everyone. My name is Rémi Reboux. I'm a mobilization officer in France in an NGO called HOP, Halte à l'obsolescence programmée. So it's a stop plant obsolescence. And today, thank you for inviting me. I'll speak about the French National Repair Days. It's an event that we organized quite recently in October for the during the International Repair Day. So I'm glad to join you today and to have the opportunity to speak about a few communication feedbacks. So my presentation will be about this specific event that tries to communicate and raise awareness about repair in France. So it's going to be quite concrete, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So before I get to introducing the French National Repair Days, a few words about the NGO I'm working for. So it's called Stop Plant Obsolescence. We have our 10th year's birthday next year. So the NGO was created in 2015. And UP is a consumer and environmental NGO working to extend the life of products. So we are campaigning for the extension of product lifetimes and unite citizens to influence public decision makers and manufacturers in order to move towards sustainable and repairable products in France and Europe. So what we do on an everyday basis, we try to raise public awareness of obsolescence and solutions to make products last. We work to influence laws for more sustainable products, so both in France, mainly in France, but also in Europe. And we support voluntary companies. And we created a companies club where we try to support and train companies, small companies or bigger companies, to change the way they produce. So a few achievements of our NGO. So we obtained repairability and durability indexes in France on different kind of products. We also managed to have a repair bonus in France. So when you can have a discount on repair actions in different kind of places in France. And we also had a fine for Apple in France for planned obsolescence practices. And we organize the French National Repair Days with another organization, which is called Make.org Foundation. It's an endowment fund supporting and incubating NGOs and projects with strong social and environmental impact. So to get to our French National Repair Days, Journée nationale de la réparation in French, sorry. So it's the second time we are organizing the National Repair Days in France. It happens from the 18th to the 20th of October. So it was during the International Repair Day. And it's a national event where many events are organized in the whole country. So we try to get an alliance of stakeholders to have a strong spotlight on repair in France for a weekend. So in 2024, we had more than 1,100 events organized everywhere in France. So it was a lot of repair workshops, repair cafes, but also exhibitions, cinema debates, workshop tour and open houses, conferences, even a repair festival. And Karim is here today, and maybe he can also give some examples about the repair festival he organized in Marseille. And well, the objectives of the National Repair Day is to raise awareness about the needs to have our product last longer and to repair. It's to make it easy to take action for the citizens, to make repairers more visible during this weekend, and also to debate and advocate about repair in France. So we try to bring different kinds of stakeholders together and have strong debates during this whole weekend. So of course, the repair is not only for 3 days in a year, but the idea is to have a specific weekend where we bring public attention about repair in France. So I'll focus my presentation about the communication part of this National Repair Days, because it's one of the main issues and also the issue that interests you today. So about the message and the strategy we have for this National Repair Days. So the idea is to speak to a large public, to a large audience, and we choose to have an engaging and friendly communication. So, for example, that was the logo of the National Repair Days. We try to have it really colorful with small repairers, with different kind of objects that are repaired. So that was the artistic direction of our event. We also try to communicate both at national and local levels. So we worked with a press agency to bring attention from the media. So we had both national and local medias that covered the French National Repair Days. And we also use social networks, of course, to talk about repair. So this is an example, and if you have questions about it, we can talk about it later on. But we worked with an influencer, and she created a song, like a cover from a very famous French song, to change the lyrics and talk about repair. So it was a pretty interesting and funny video. We try through the French National Repair Days to speak about both environment and savings. So I talk about the environmental impact of repair, but also the fact that it will help people save money and make economies. So that was always the two messages we try to bring together. And we also try to make repair attractive and use storytelling. And I hope Maria will appreciate the way we did it. Any feedback would be most welcome. So we, on different medias or social networks, we also showed stories of repairers. We had different videos of people or influencers going, like meeting repairers, like shoe repairers or informatic repairers, and going into their shops, showing the way they work, etc., etc. So we try to use the storytelling part. One of the main strategy, of course, to make it efficient is to bring and to aggregate various national networks and partners. So the French National Repair Days bring together very different and wide categories of stakeholders. So we partner with different national networks of repair. So like second-hand shops, thrift stores, repair cafes, companies. We had also professional unions, like union of shoe repairers or union of people repairing clothes. I'm sorry, I don't have the words in English. Also a network of student NGOs. We also partnered with public institutions, the French Minister for Ecological Transition, also different local entities like regions in France and also cities that supported the project and also communicate about it. We also had partnerships with websites, like Le Bon Coin is a second-hand selling website in France. It's very popular, so we had advertisements on this platform. We also had partnerships, free partnerships with the French national TVs to broadcast short spots on national TVs, and also with different newspapers like Le Parisien. And we also brought in sponsors. So those are bigger French companies working on telecoms or retailers for informatic products, computers, etc. Maïf is an insurance company. Mondial Tissue is a company that sell fabrics. So the whole project is financed and sponsored by bigger companies that also join to communicate about repair and to organize events during this weekend. A few communication tools we used for the French National Repair Days. So we have a website with a map showing all the events that were organized in France for the weekend. We had a newsletter to speak about the way we organize the event, the social networks. So you'll see we created an Instagram account this year. It's not yet huge, but we published different contents on it. We also created communication kits for the event organizers. So these event organizers can be very small association, repair cafes, or bigger companies. So we provided them with free posters and communication tools to communicate about their own events, their own local events. And so those are two examples of posters we created or we had. The first one is to give a few advices on how to have your smartphone last. And the second one is like a campaign about have your computer or other products lasting. So to give you some feedbacks about this second edition and the thing we managed properly. So a few achievements for the project. So we had a large public and media coverage. So we had more than 1,600 press releases in different kind of medias, like on a few on TVs, radio, print, web, etc. So this is the example of the ad campaign we had on the website that sells like secondhand stuff. We managed to mobilize a large variety of stakeholders, so both profit and non-profit organization, also some cultural institution. We partnered with a museum in Paris to have an event to launch the National Repair Days, also with municipalities or public institutions. The National Repair Days also foster partnerships, and that's an achievement we are really happy with. For example, we had a partnership that was created between repair cafes, local repair cafes, and Electro Depot, which is a big company, a big retail company. So many repair cafes were organized within these big retail stores, and they're continuing the partnership through the whole year to try to go within like a consumption temples to communicate about repair to a large audience. We also had some different kind of stakeholders partnering to organize events together, like craftsmen, NGOs, municipalities. And the Repair Festival that was organized in Marseille is a very good example of that. It really brought together different kind of stakeholders. We also managed to bring governmental attention through this event, and we had an announcement by the French minister during this weekend about new reparability index that will happen in France.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can I jump in? Which minister?
The French Minister of the Ecological Transition, Agnès Pannier-Runacher, our new French minister.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. And also, it really gives more weight to our advocacy priorities, and through these events, in the way we talk with medias or the French government, we managed to push forward our advocacy priorities, like training of new repairers or fiscality, like taxation issues, like to have a circular VAT in France, or etc., etc. Of course, we also have we met a lot of challenges, and it's not yet perfect. For example, the number of participants is not yet massive, and a lot of people haven't heard of the French National Repair Days yet. So we had about 40,000 people participants nationally. So it's not yet like a very well-known event about repair. We also had issues to support local events, because the whole idea of the National French Days, the National Repair Days in France, is to highlight the work and the expertise of local actors, and many of them told us that they had issues to communicate locally and to bring participants to their shops or to their NGOs. So we have to support them more and to help them communicate more next year, so that they can really bring more people. We also had challenges in the communication, and the fact that we work with both profit and big companies and also non-profit actors, it's sometimes difficult to manage, and we really try to avoid greenwashing. We had a charter this year to avoid greenwashing, but sometimes bigger companies try to use the event as a commercial event, which in a way is nice if they communicate about repair properly, but sometimes they also use the events to communicate about discounts or other offers. So that's something we will try to avoid. And it's sometimes difficult to bring all these actors around the same table, because they have very different point of view and issues. We also have a few difficulties to gather precise indicators nationally, and to have feedbacks from the participants or from to really know how it happens on the field, because I was in a more a higher coordination position, so it's sometimes difficult to gather proper indicators. And finally, we also have small competition issues with the calendar with other national events. And for example, right now it's the European Week for Waste Reduction. You might know that. And our event is just 1 month before the European Week for Waste Reduction. So for some actors, it's difficult to mobilize during both events. And for some public institutions, it's also difficult for them to get involved in both events. So it's an issue. There were also a big maker fair with Fab Labs and makers in the north of France during the same weekend. So that's a small issue we met. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening to me, and feel free to ask any question.
Great, thank you. Karim, yes, please.
Yes, hi there. I hope you can hear me okay, because I'm at the hotel in Germany still. Well, thank you very much, Remy, for this presentation and for accepting our invitation. We thought that it would be actually very, very interesting to hear about your experience as coordinator of the French National Repair Days. Because, as you mentioned, we were like a local initiative that was supported by your organization, and I can testify that it was very helpful, because your work is typically what we talk about when we talk about, bringing different people together for the same goal. As you all have seen in Remy's presentation, there are like all the stakeholders you may imagine in terms of like citizens, decision makers, private, public, media, different kinds of media for different targets, and like geographical position and even sociological. And I think even if you talked about a few challenges at the end, it's a very promising initiative, and the tool itself, like the platform of the National Repair Days, is quite how do you call it, user friendly and intuitive to find the events. So yes, I mean, I think it has a good future, hopefully. And just a little comment about what we did in Marseille. So it was the Repair Festival with some of the people in the room today who were attending, and we also tried to have the same approach, as in have with objectives of highlighting some professionals of the repair sector, but also bringing people to discover or rediscover repair as an option for their objects, and to maybe also have hyper local social and educational exchange about the repair professions and potential career paths for young people. So this is why we chose like different targets with different local stakeholders, and in different places we even had repair professionals within a huge shopping mall in Marseille, which can kind of sound a little like paradoxical, but at the same time we wanted to go and sort of get in touch with people who have no clue, no idea, no education about repair, and have this as their first step in maybe this approach, in addition to obviously more traditional actions of repair and workshops and participatory actions with schools, with local neighborhoods, and with people that are already involved, obviously, in repair cafes and stuff. So that was just a little comment to compliment and thank you for your support with our initiative, because it's helped us connect as well with other people from like the region in other cities. So maybe because the repair project has still like 2 years to go, so it will be helpful for us to use your platform maybe to find partners or relays or stakeholders in the broader country. Yeah, so that's it for me. So thank you very much, Remy, again, and props. And also, we are still in the process of reporting what has happened. So I guess at national level it's difficult. It's a challenge to gather all the information, because we at local level, we're still with all the partners and stakeholders trying to gather some figures, numbers, photos and stuff. So
Getting
Thank
there. Thank you both. Yeah, I mean, I will take this message from your presentation that, today we have so many environmental and national and world days also, and, people tend to forget the dates and everything. So how to be visible, how to be seen. Yeah, and there's a saying, go big or, go home. So you made it big. And I think that being present at a different location at the same time or in the same time frame, sorry, it is important. So to have that in mind when we will be doing something on our own. And yeah, we are actually testing some things in this testing project, but I think that we can easily see that we're going to ride a path, like we know that what is important, and yeah, what you do, what you did, and what you will be doing, I hope, to repeat and to educate. I think this is a very nice example of being on the right path. So thank you. If anyone else has a question or, oh, you raise a hand again, Karim, do you have something else to say? No?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to take if anyone else has a comment to make. But no, I just wanted to underline the very crucial importance of the actions of Stop Planned Obsolescence in terms of policy and advocacy, and lobbying for repair, the right to repair, because they have Remy has presented very concrete examples of big wins, in terms of right to repair in France, at least, with the repair index, with the bonus to repair that you get when you go on to go repair stuff as a citizen, with the fine to Apple for planned obsolescence that was proven. So this is one of the hardest jobs. I think we are all aware of that, to have an impact on the policy at a big level, and they have been quite successful at this in just a decade. So I think this is something that needs to be promoted, and hopefully other stakeholders get involved in this fight.
Thank you very much, Karim.
Thank you, Karim. That was a good cue, I think, for the next presentation, last for today. Even though it's very insightful, so it was a nice thing before all that. So Katja is with us, right? Do you hear us, Katja?
Yes, hello.
Yes,
I'm with you.
okay.
I hope you also hear me.
Yes. Yes, we see you. Okay, you can start.
Okay, thank you very
Thanks.
much. I greet you from Bari in Italy. Currently, I'm also on a conference, so I hope there won't be any huge disturbances and that you will hear me clearly. And I will start with sharing my presentation. Please let me know if you see the first slide. Yes.
Yes, perfect.
So,
thanks.
Thank you very much. So my name is Katja Sriš. I'm the head of the environmental NGO Ekologi brez meja, or Ecologists Without Borders, from Slovenia. My profession is in communications, in public relations, and I will definitely take the next few minutes to stress the importance of communication activities also in the field of repair. So Ecologists Without Borders are active on different levels of waste prevention. And of course, we use repair, refill are topics that are really occupying us in the last years. Maybe some of you know our organization already, because we've organized more than 10 years ago the big cleanup actions in Slovenia, where we managed to gather in one place almost 300,000 people in one day, and we are still holding the record in the participation in such cleanup actions. And especially those actions showed us that we need to work on prevention. So this year we are celebrating 10 years of the Zero Waste program in Slovenia. We are the National Zero Waste Organization. We are part of Zero Waste Europe, and focusing on repair, we are also part of the Right to Repair Coalition. We are working with households. We are working on the level of advocacy with decision makers. We are working, for example, also with retailers and try to encourage as more refill and reuse as possible. And of course, we like to base our work on tangible data, because as we always like to say, without data, you're just another person with an opinion. So let's start with the web communication. I will now stop sharing this presentation and share with you our web page Less is More. It's a web portal that we founded around 2016, 2017, and it started as a map with zero waste shops in Slovenia. You can see there are Okay, the map is currently in Italy, but yeah, we have different maps, and we said that we also want to broaden this topic and bring all informations into one place, how to be more zero waste. So we have also a map of people that repair different stuff from sewing to sports equipment from all over Slovenia. We also have a reuse map. So this is really a go-to place for everybody who wants to prolong the lifetime of their stuff, which is, I think, the aim of all of us which are sitting here. So let's carry on with some interesting data from this portal. Just a second. So yes. So we have now around 3,000 unique visitors per month. We also have more than 25,000 followers on social media, and we try to develop native content, and we also communicate about activities that are happening in the networks we are part of, and of course activities from other stakeholders that are dealing with repair and reuse. I can already say that we are currently in the debate with our national Ministry for Environment that this less is more portal would be the national portal with all the repair opportunities in Slovenia. And we are also trying to lobby for some repair bonuses. So let's hope that we will have some good examples also in the Slovenian legislation in the next months or years. And of course, events are, besides the usual web communication, a really important thing. And what we are doing, I already heard that you were talking about festivals. And yes, we also have in Slovenia a reuse festival, and where, of course, repair activities are taking place. And I want to show you now a video. I hope it will work. You have to know, each year we are organizing this festival in another town in Slovenia. We started in Kranj. The second year it was held in Maribor, which we will see now. And this year we've been taking the festival to Vrhnika. But let's take a look. The picture says most. Maybe I can explain you a bit what we've been doing with the festival in the background. So we always try to somehow place the festival on an environmentally important day, for example, or we try to organize it with different organizations. That one in Maribor was held with the waste electronic scheme from Slovenia. So it was already guaranteed that we would have some participants. We always try to also find some nice locations, some nice local providers of reuse, zero waste and repair. We always directly target schools so that we know that we will have some participants and that those are our right target group. So this was really a nice event in Maribor, and we are trying to do that every year in Slovenia. So far so good from the reuse festival. Let me see. Okay. Besides that, we are also doing different repair events. For example, we are focusing on repairing electronics. We also are doing Christmas repair workshops. The first was last year in Ljubljana, and it was so nice that the municipality and the tourism organization said that we had to do it this year again. So if you will be in Slovenia on the 10th or the 17th of December, you're welcome to visit our nice event where we will repair the Christmas lights. We know that we all have them at home. They break or stop working really easily. So we try to prolong their life cycle. And yeah, we also do textile repair workshops with it, also workshop on furniture repair. So it's really nice community events, and they are really well attended in Slovenia and really popular. And you've been previously also talking about having such events in supermarkets. I think this is a great idea because we have to break out of the bubble of already sustainable, educated people, and we need to go to the people that don't know about the alternatives that already exist. And that's why we also had some years ago an event in IKEA, for example. So we try to bring those topics to as much people as possible and to engage them in all the activities. Besides that, we also organize a lot of study tours in Slovenia for different groups all around the world, where we visit repair and reuse opportunities and zero waste best practices. We also have, for example, a zero waste hunt in Ljubljana. So the visitors can explore all the sustainable points in our capital city. One of them you can see in the left corner at the bottom. We have a umbrella repair shop, for example. And we also have some team building games that are based on the principle of escape room. So yeah, trying to bring repair and reuse to people in different ways. And of course, as I said, without data, we are just people with an opinion. So we always try to discover new data, do research, prepare some materials that could be useful for other people. And maybe if I just jump out from the topic, on this picture, you can see a picture from our last year's conference, international conference on repair. And you can see that all the furniture was, of course, secondhand and reused, and we landed. So we always like to showcase how things can be done. And yeah, we have prepared, for example, a toolkit on how to organize a clothing swap. This year we issued a Kickstart reuse toolkit with partners from Italy, Croatia, and Slovenia. I'm happy to send Sasha the links. It's also in English language, and you can read more about, for example, the Reuse and Repair Festival in Slovenia. We did an European research about zero waste shops, about reuse and repair. So we really try to get new data, because this is something that the journalists are always looking for, but the data are not enough. You have to communicate with them in the right way. So what are the lessons learned? You can see this is a picture from this year's reuse festival in Vrhnika. We also made some props and photo backgrounds, and it was really attractive, and people were happy to take pictures. You can see it's written, I will call the repairman, or I will fix it tomorrow. This is mostly can be an excuse why we hoard at our homes things that are not working and should be repaired. So in my opinion, or in the experience in our organization, is that the faces count, not only the organization. That's why if you go to the social media channels of our organization, you will quite a lot and often see my face, the face of my colleagues, because people trust more if they know who is behind the organization. And another thing is also that we should do what we preach and be a role model. So this is what we are trying to do in our online communication. Of course, in year 2024, great video content is almost a must. Relatable facts that are already mentioned. International days should be observed, and of course, following the work of others. We, for example, are also cooperating with repair cafes in Slovenia. With the reuse centers, we are taking part at their events. And yeah, on the right side, you can see this photo prop. Maybe you can remember the kids, yeah, or even adults watched it, Pat and Matt, those two repairmen on television. Yeah, and now I would like to show you the examples, as I said, about the faces and about sharing good practices to people. So on the left side, you can see a post on about the World Refill Day. We always like to show how we are doing that. And on the right one also. And as I was talking about video content, it's of course good that you see what I mean. On the left side, you can see a video about our sustainability walks that we have in Ljubljana and Kranj with the company. Here you can see the umbrella repair. And on the right side, there's a video that we've done for our national day in second-hand clothes that we are organizing each year on the 23rd of April. So video content is king. It should be nice, simple, and good prepared. Okay, and on in the middle of the presentation, you will see a nice video.
EU really is green transition goals. We visited Komunala Kranj, where waste reduction and circular economy practices are paving.
Sorry, Katja. Sorry to interrupt. Those videos are super loud, so we cannot hear you in the background. Just so you are aware of that.
Okay, I will. I'm sorry, and I will
okay.
try. Or I will just send you the links. Don't worry, it's not that important. Yeah. So it was a group of influencers that were touring Europe, and in Slovenia they were discovering zero waste practices, and we were taking them on a zero waste hunt. They saw all the spots, and they did really great video content. And those influencers have millions and millions of followers, and we are quite happy that also the good practices in Slovenia have been shared and really liked a lot. So, yeah, basically, here are my contacts. That would be it for the time being. And I'm, of course, happy to answer any questions you might have or discussions. Yeah, I'm here for you.
Thank you, Katja. It was a very lively presentation, as you are. So thank you very much. What you do, I think, is very much important, and you are really present for a long time. As we already said today, this is also important, not just to, show yourself for one day and then disappear for 2 years. So we have to be present everywhere and all the time. And one kind of tricky question, because, we people all like to eat and drink well, good things. So you think this can be like an added value when you organize events, that you, as you said, you have to live, you have to do what you preach, that you kind of invite also people that don't want to be specifically present for the, I don't know, for the colleges or something like that, but to grace the event with the good food, local presenters and stuff like that. I think that could also be, important or not.
It is.
How is your experience?
Indeed, yeah. In Maribor, we had some pancakes. There was a young guy from Slovenia who is collecting voluntary contributions for the pancakes, so he can finance his therapies, medical therapies. So it was also a good cause. We did the pancakes there, and it was really nice. And this year in Vrhnika, we actually joined with a food festival, because we knew that that is the right way to reach the people that wouldn't come to a reuse or repair festival. So it was really a nice event. A lot of people there were surprised that they can repair their bike there for free. So it was quite a shock. And what is also important besides food is, of course, good vibe. That's why we always have a DJ at our events, but not with the computer, but still the old vinyl plate. So it's also happening. And as I said, good pictures, good video content, this is really, really important.
Yeah, good. And also, like, another thing is that for you, for example, you are so fortunate because you enjoy what you do. You know, you tend to be happy if you're out there seen. So, but not for all the companies or not for all the holders that are involved in our situation is the situation the same. So some people have a lot to say because, you know, they are really an expert in the topic, but tend not to be present in the public. So, you know, so is there another way, you know, like you said, influencer or somebody, that we choose another person to represent our thoughts through that person? Is that good enough? For, you know?
Definitely. Just that there is a phase, but it's good that this phase is as constant as possible so that you don't change each month from one influencer to another. For example, in Slovenia, we really don't have that much sustainable influencers. The one we are cooperating is Nika Vigar, for example. She's really a green influencer, so she sometimes also shares our content. So maybe take a look at, influencers, but from my experience, influencers not always work. Maybe you should always think about regular people. For example, for our big cleanup days, 1 year we invited firefighters that were speaking in our name, for example. And firefighters in Slovenia are really an institution. They are the most trusted organization. And they said, okay, let's go and clean up Slovenia. So maybe try to think a bit outside the box, try to find those people. And yeah, of course, we are also happy to share your content and to amplify your work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think that if no questions pop in, this would be like a nice final words. Thank you again, Katya, and all of other presenters today. I think we learned a lot. We will have another internal meeting among partners for sure. Thank all others also for joining us. And, you know, just to have this opportunity to be among passionate individuals who are really passionate about sustainability and repair. And yes, thank you again, all. We will see us, if you want, for another meeting. It will be in a seminar. It will be in another year, next year, maybe in 2 months. We will let you know, so stay tuned. And thank you very much. Have a nice day. And I think we can finish. We can wrap this up. Thanks.
Eso, no quiero poner una foto que no te convenga.
Kako veš, da ljudje so se prijavili v meeting, so pravosodni na meeting, pa bi ti že zaključiš, čeprav ne vedno ne. Res smo? Kako vezano? Ne. Pod isti čat? Pa ja, informacijo, ker se je dogajalo.
Microsoft.
Ja, Microsoft, ja.
Ok.
Tipo, this is the account in here.
Ja, tako. Lečemo to.
And that was around there.
Update.
The account in there, the test.
Ja, malo si tam teca, da me to mi ni še po mojem se doma ne, da to da nema avto veš, tako da samo tu lepo in če ste rekli po
Ker sem da tebi štima, ja, me sem že tako dobivala.
Aha,
Če se ne povedala, kako kupa, da se ti poleg
bolje pa sem se to naučila, veš kaj, fajn je, ker se normalno odvrakljamo na ono, da mogo nikoli, da se prve, če bo bolj skočiti, no tega, da tudi jam. Ampak to ti monitorji imajo svoj zvok in ga je nekako pobralo in tu ni delalo, tu pa tudi ni delalo. In da nisem čula, nisem se čula in sem mogla vse poklopiti in vidiš samo na laptopu, te pa je šlo, ampak dobro, vem za tretjič, tretja ide na vrlo više. Pa samo s tem računalnikom se omakneš, pa je. Tako da ja. Ok.